Mhm.
Like if there's a room full of 10 people and I'm one of the 10 and 9 people say something
Mhm.
and they all agree and I disagree and they say we're a democracy and because we're a democracy we do what the 9 people say, I will say okay, I accept
Mhm.
it.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't agree with it, but I accept it. I don't,
Mhm.
I'm not going to try to persuade you that you're all wrong because nobody thinks that they're wrong, which is the great problem that we have, which is trying to persuade other people that they're wrong. Nobody thinks they're wrong,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And when we try to convince and persuade other people by first persuading them that they're wrong, it's like,
Mhm.
no, it's not going to work because nobody believes nobody believes that they're wrong. You've got to start with the opposite, which is almost counterintuitive, but it's this belief that they're right. Yeah?
Mhm.
Let's say you're right. Where does that take us? Where does that go? And what next, right? Where does that go? And where does that
Mhm.
lead to? And where does that lead to? It's and that will use up less energy than fighting against it. Yeah? And there's this danger that everybody who protests against the government
Mhm.
is giving their power to the government. That's all it is. I mean, we're sort of taught that, yes, you live in a democracy and you're free to protest, but that's nice, but the the protest is again, it's the servant to the master. Please, please, please change something.
Mhm.
Please, for me,
Mhm.
be merciful for me. And
Mhm.
maybe they will, maybe they won't, right? But it's it's missing the point that most of the time people do what they want to do anyway. Oh, the government never listens. Well, naturally, of course they don't listen because they've got their own ideas about what they want to do. They listen to themselves, right? And they listen to their advisors. They don't listen to you, and why should they? Why should they listen to you? What makes your idea better than their idea? Essentially nothing, right? So you and there's a British philosopher David Icke who recently said that
Mhm.
you can't change the system by fighting against the system.
Mhm.
You can't change this. You make the system stronger when you fight against it.
Mhm.
He said you have to find a way to exist outside of it,
Mhm.
and the the system is always pulling everybody back in, right? You know,
Yes.
the fish are trying to swim away, and
Mhm.
the
Yes.
fishermen are throwing the net and
Mhm.
pulling the fish back in, right? And I think that um, the problems end when people stop consenting to it. Just, no,
Mhm.
not interested.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
and and the results of that will be whatever they are. And I think it's a more positive way of channeling our energy than because I'll tell you why. Because you can't win if you're only reacting. Now, winning is not always what is important, right? But it's just a word that we can use in this conversation to understand the principle. Yeah. But if I'm always reacting to what you are saying, then you are in control. Everything you say, I will react to, and my reactions are dependent upon your statements, and you're always in control. So, in this example, you are the government, and I am the people. You do something, and I react to it, and you do something, and I react to it, and you do something, and I react to it, and you do something, and I protest. But you're always in control, because my action is always a reaction. It's always second. You're first, I'm second, you're first. And you can't win when you're always reacting. You're always behind. You know, you're always one step behind. And this is the state that we're in right now, is because everyone is constantly always reacting to everything that happens. And everything that happens is a plan. It's organized. We will do this, and they will do that, and we will do this, and they will do that, and we will do this, and they will do that, and it's all very very Machiavellian in its principle. Yeah, it's a devilish design, and the people in this analogy can't win. They don't have any power because they're always reacting. Always reacting. And like with health, the best thing to do is to be proactive and to fill your body full of vitamins and minerals and everything it needs all the time, so that when something comes and the body reacts to it, you've already done everything to protect yourself before the problem comes. And so, just as is similar there, the only way that society and people are going to survive and thrive is if they become people who are not reacting. You must not react to anything. And I mean anything. Which is exactly the same as do not consent. It's exactly the same. As long as you are reacting, you're always consenting. You're consenting to the power system, a disparity of higher and lower that exists. When you don't consent, then it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. It's just not important. It's just they don't even exist, right? And when they don't exist, the problem goes away. The problem will disappear only when you stop focusing on it. Yeah. And again, that's through all levels of life. That's another mistake that people make, right? That when will the problem go away? What problem? See, it's gone already. Yeah. Then that is the what we call the complex reality. That's the conundrum. That's the problem. It's understanding that the problem itself doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's nothing to react to. There's absolutely nothing to react to. And then it will go away. Or it will show its true face, which is it will become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you can't ignore it anymore, which means that it's not going to be good for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Anybody who gets sick or seriously ill,
Mm-hmm.
so the common question for somebody who's sick or seriously ill, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you, you say, well, how do you live with yourself knowing that you're going to die, and well, fuck me, everyone's going to die. How do you live with yourself, right? Understanding that if you focus on that, you won't get anywhere. Anybody who finds out that they're going to die, if they're going to do anything with their life, has got to take that information, realize it's real, but put it to one side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Put it to one side. And just get on with doing other things. Yeah. There's a bunch of crazy people who want to do a bunch of crazy things to everybody. Okay, yeah, put it to one side. Yeah. Just yep, just put it to one side and wave at it and acknowledge that those are the crazy people. Right, put the crazy people in the box, put them over there, and just get on with everything. Yeah. Giving the crazy people more power by reacting to them and focusing on them. Like a bully in a school. He'll poke and poke and poke and poke and poke and poke and provoke and provoke and provoke. And if he gets a reaction, bang, he's in there again and again and again and again and again and again and again. But if he doesn't get a reaction, he go somewhere else. Yeah, and so as crazy as it is to ignore the problem, it's really the only way to move forward. Because the problem only gets bigger. And we have this problem now where basically governments are cancers, right? The big institutions are cancers. And the more we focus on the cancer, the more we feed the cancer. And you can cut out the cancer, but it's going to grow back very quickly. Because evil has an infinite supply of energy because it has the hands of man. Right? And that's going to be the way that it is. And nothing will get better until people say they're crazy. And not just accept that, but then say, enough. People say like, enough. Until people say, leave me the fuck alone. Well, Everyone understands that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Just get out of my life. Just get out. Just go. I don't care where you go, just go.
Mm-hmm.
And don't come back. Which is, again, in the religious context, it's the casting out of devils, the demonic spirit. Go. It was the job of the saints, the job of the Christian leaders is to cast out the demons and the devils from the human spirit in society. That's their job. Not to tell everybody that everything is okay, because it's never been okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just trust in pharmakia,
Mm-hmm.
sorcery, witchcraft. Right? Witchcraft. That's what it is. Yeah. The magic potion. You understand? You understand that we're not any better than the magic potion that will solve all your problems. Do you understand? That's what that's the world today. I've got this magic potion with bubble, bubble, toy, and trouble, fire, burn, and golden bubble. We have this magic. Take this magic potion, and everything will be fine. Really? Really? Witchcraft. It's witchcraft. It's no different. It's no different. It's good. It has better marketing. It's more professional. It has a nice face with a smile.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually a woman,
Mm-hmm.
because women know what's best for the family, right? Just marketing. It's just marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.